Welcome back to another thrilling episode of the eyeBytes podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Daniel, and with me, as always, the Terry to my Carvo, Sajandeep. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How you doing, man?
Not bad. It's been a long while since we recorded an episode. Actually, it's been a couple of months since we recorded the last episode, but unfortunately, things happened and we never really published that episode. So our bad. So
my bad.
Figured better late than never. Yeah, your fault. You're the one that does the editing.
Well, you know what? I was listening to other podcasts and the people always say that, oh, we have a secret episode that we never published. Now, I guess we have one now too.
Yeah, but we're never going to publish it. That's the problem.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
But anyway, so it's been, so we had the holidays that happened. I think last time we recorded was the holidays. So
it was during,
a lot of
Christmas
since the holidays. I have delved back into the Mac world. Finally bought myself an M4 Mac Mini and have been playing around with that since then. Anxiously awaiting for Satechi to come out with their stand-in hub, which they have on their website, but they don't accept Apple Pay. So I'm waiting for it to become available on Amazon so I can buy it there. But until then, I've been playing with the Mac Mini a lot. And it's been a lot of fun, man. I have to admit, powerful little laptop, man. Powerful little desktop, I should say. I forgot. Because I had a laptop before and this is a desktop. So, but yeah, nice little machine. I have to admit, I like it.
I actually went to the Apple Store a couple of times and sorry about the background sound if you guys hear this. But I was just saying that my noise gate might kick in a lot, but I'm sorry. The Mac Studio M4, because Apple released a couple of new Macs, which we'll get into in a second, but the M4 Mac Studio is the same size as the M2 Mac Studio, unfortunately. So that hasn't reduced in size, but the M4 Mac Mini definitely has decreased in size from the M2 Mac Mini. It's like a little bit larger than a Apple TV, but it's awesome. It's actually amazing. I mean,
the only thing I don't like about it is there's only 5 USB-C ports. I wish there was more. That's why I'm looking for the Satechi stand-in hub because it's got more ports. But I went to Costco and to get it, and when the display model they had, they showed it to me like, this thing is massive. I'm like, wow, okay. I thought the M4 was smaller. And at Costco, when you say I'm buying something, they give, especially electronics, they give you a little planchette that you take and you get to the end of the line where the cashiers are, and you bring that to a countertop and they give you the actual hardware. And then when we got the box, it was like really small. It's like, what? This thing was massive on the shelf. Like, what's going on? And then it turned out, like, when we looked at the box, it did say M4 Mac Mini. I was like, oh, they had an M2 Mac Mini on display. That's what I was looking at, not the M4. But it's definitely smaller than the M2 Mac Mini. I'm glad too, because I've got limited space on my desk, so M2 would have been way too big.
I love how you say that, but you have a massive desk like I do.
Yeah, I have an 8-foot long desk, but actually, you know what? I did sell. I had a futon in my office, and I had a exercise bike. And I did sell them both, so now I've got more room, and I'm actually looking at getting some shelving units put behind me, so I can make more room on my desk, and I can slide all my equipment towards the middle of the desk. So instead of having it all towards one side, I can slide to the middle and put all the other stuff on the other side of the desk on shelving units behind me. So it should be fun. But anyways, so
yeah.
How about you? How was the holidays? Because it's been what, 3-4 months?
Yeah, definitely. It has been quite a bit of time. I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay, your fault.
I know. I was gonna edit it, and then something happened. I don't know. I got carried away somewhere else, and was making some other content for someone else and work and stuff. And then I never got busy. I never got busy. I never got around to editing it. Then I'm like, Dan, it's way too old. It's people are not gonna bother listening to it.
What's this? You do another podcast without me?
No. I edit another podcast for somebody else, but I'm not in it.
This was the only podcast.
Well,
there's another podcast in your life? What?
Again. I'm not in it. I'm just editing it for them, and I get funds for it. Anyway, whatever. So it's good though. I mean, I'm having fun, but guess what's happening? I'm actually gonna do it.
Yeah. Well,
can you guess
when it's published? I'll believe it when I see the episode online.
Dude, it's actually happening. Not a podcast, but it's going to be a YouTube video. Cheer with me. It's happening. Okay, I was just saying, did you hear any background? Did you hear any sound effects?
Yeah, I heard a lot of background noise while we were talking. Yeah.
No. Did you hear any like sound effects?
I heard the sound effects. You play a couple of sound effects, but then all of a sudden, that's when it triggered the mic switch.
Okay, interesting. Okay, anyway, but like I was saying.
Yeah. So how are you going to have this on YouTube? We have no cameras.
I do have cameras. I just don't use them.
Okay. So
well, don't you
publish the episodes on YouTube anyways?
No. These ones I do, but like I would like to do. I'm doing actually doing a tutorial. So I'm getting an iPad Pro. My iPad Pro replaced as I don't know what happened. The microphone is working absolutely fine. If I go to the let's say voice memos or open the camera, do a front facing camera, record there, and I do a back facing camera. Like if I flip the camera to the back facing, and then I record again. The reason why I did that was because Apple chooses a different microphone depending on which side you're on the iPad. If you're recording the back, there's a camera, but by the camera housing, there's another microphone facing outwards. So anyway, so when you're dictating, I don't know which microphone it uses or whatnot. It was so odd. I don't know what's going on. I can't figure it out what's going on. If I am using my iPad, no problem. I can dictate. I can use Siri. It works absolutely fine. But if or slow-mo, sorry for people at home. If I use it and I put it away and like a day or even a couple of hours go by, I pick my iPad back up and I want to dictate something. The only thing that it writes is no. That's it. I could say anything. It could be something that's not even close to no, and it would type in no. And then if I try to use Siri, and I'm looking for the waves as I'm talking, nothing. It's just completely silent. It will just turn off. It will just disappear.
Because you pissed off your iPad.
No, but like I don't understand. I thought it was the beta. Then iOS 18.4 came out to the public, and now I'm no longer on a beta. 18.5 came out. But I didn't put a beta on it because I wanted to get this replaced. Apple won't replace it for you if you're on a beta. So I got off of a beta and the issue is still happening. If I reboot the iPad, it works absolutely fine. But then if I put it away after using it for a while again, after rebooting, the same issue happens. And as the issue is going on, like as the thing isn't working, if I open voice memos or the camera app and I record myself, it works absolutely fine. There's no, hissing noise in the back end or nothing like that. I don't know what's going on. I hope they can reproduce it when I send it back, because otherwise they may charge me for it. And I don't want that. And anyway, they sent me a new iPad. The whole point, the reason why I'm telling you this is because I'm going to do a tutorial on how to transfer your data, do a direct transfer from one iPad to another iPad. Cool. And then I'll record another video right behind it, how to completely get rid of your data from your device.
Nice.
So these are my two videos that I would like to make back to back, but I'm not going to publish them right away. I'm not going to publish them together. I'll publish this show most likely beforehand, and then later on, a week or two later, I'll publish one, and then the other week I'll publish something else. So
hope it works out.
That's my goal, and hopefully I can achieve it, and people will like it. So look out for that. It's going to be on YouTube. If you guys want a audio version only, let me know, either on a YouTube comment or our show notes or whatever. Not show notes, but like show comments in Apple Podcasts, or even on Spotify. You can write us a message. And you can even do a voice message as well, if you're interested. And even our email, right? Send us an email.
It's eyebytespodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, then I can publish the audio only of how to do this on podcast as well. Maybe I'll do that. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do that. If you guys want that, let me know. If not, then I'll just leave it as a YouTube video.
You can also send us a message on X at eyeBytes Podcast, or you can find us on YouTube at eyeBytes as well. But let's get the show on the road, though, because we've been talking for like 5-10 minutes, and a lot of stuff has happened though since we recorded our second episode. And we had Samsung had an event with new hardware. Apple has released new hardware apparently as well. New M4, was it Mac Studio or Mac?
Yeah, Mac Studio, the M4 iPad, or not iPad, sorry.
Or they have the M4 Max
iPad
Studio,
Air.
the M3 Ultra Max Studio as well.
Yes, M3 Ultra Max Studio, and then M4 and M4 Pro. Oh, sorry, M4 Pro
and M3 Ultra.
Yes,
Studios, and then we had the M4 iPad, I think.
M4 or M3 iPad Air.
M3, I thought it was an M4.
No, M4 is dedicated to the iPad Pros.
That's so confusing. Jeez.
I know. The thing is, the confusing thing is, why would Apple release a M3 Ultra?
Well, because apparently it's more powerful than the M4 Pro.
Yes. So the M4 Pro and Ultra, that's where the difference is. So Ultra is higher than Pro, even though it's the M3. So it's using the older architecture versus the newer architecture. But it is kind of confusing. But you can get over 128 gigs of RAM. It's pretty nuts.
I mean, it's.
Oh no, 512 RAM, dude.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. But you can do it with 512 RAM.
Mini. I only got 16 gigs of RAM with 250.
I'm glad that they actually updated that.
Yeah,
from 8 to 16.
I said, like, before the holiday, I was like, you know what? If they ever come up with an M4 Mac Mini or a new Mac Mini with that's same price, that's when I'm like, I'm gonna buy one, and I did. So,
but they the 16 gigs of RAM, the base, that's finally. I'm glad that they did that instead of 8.
Well, there's a YouTuber I listen to. I'm blanking on his name, but he actually did the same thing. He bought a Mac Mini base model and then hooked up some drives to it, and then moved all of his home folders to that external drive. So that way, his local drive is used for simple things, but then his backup drive, his extended drive, is for all of his it's like an extension to his Mac's home drive. So he's got like 4 terabytes of space on his Mac Mini. I don't have use for all that space, so for me it's like 256 is enough. So I kept everything locally, but that's the new hardware. It's good. It's nice, I'm liking all it looks pretty nice, but it's hopefully you have room for new toys. But anyways, we also, I think iOS 18.4 came out, which I didn't want to talk about because there was a new feature that came out with, because I have a 15 Pro Max, we had visual intelligence, and I can honestly say, not that impressed.
I don't think anyone much. Actually, a lot of people are not impressed with Apple Intelligence at all. They
dropped the ball quite a bit.
Yeah, exactly. They were supposed to be releasing by now the what do you call that? What is it? How does Apple? What's that language Apple uses? Like the more personal awareness.
PCC, I think, the personal cloud computing.
That. So that way it can understand your personal context. If you ask, like, okay, who did I have a meeting with, like 4 days ago or whatever, or last week, and it should tell you the person's name. The Apple had running ads on YouTube and even on TVs. And the whole point of the iPhone 16, yes, it wasn't just AI, but AI was a big part of their what do you call it? The iPhone 16 and the new Max lineup. That was part of their spiel, basically. Sorry, that's my watch. And but it is, there's a big lawsuit now for Apple as well, that and because they were running ads that they couldn't follow through, and now they are stuck. So we have at ChatGPT, but the thing is, Apple or Siri is on a old architecture when it first came out, and they've been just adding to that, right? They have slightly shifted it, but like back then when they introduced, if you guys go back and listen, like when Siri first came out with the iPhone 4S and iOS 6, I believe it was, Siri could do quite a bit. Like you could even ask it to like order.
Well, that was a Siri before Apple bought it.
Yes, that's true. But and it was working on the iPhone as well. Yeah, the thing was that it used to, like, you could even ask. This only worked in the US, but you could like say, "Oh, book me a open table reservation," and it was able to do that. But now it can't even. Well, it stopped, and then with iOS something, when they introduced shortcuts, Siri shortcuts, they introduced that when they introduced that. people or Apple gave out another method of, okay, now these companies like OpenTable can create a Siri shortcut. When someone says, a phrase to it, it will be able to book a. But the problem with Siri shortcuts is you have to have a phrase memorized in your head, that because you have to say that exact phrase, otherwise Siri won't understand it. That's the one downside of shortcuts. But I think they have to just rip Siri apart and build it from the ground up to actually compete with OpenAI now, especially OpenAI. Google and Siri or Alexa was way ahead of them. Right?
Well, I've been using it a little bit, and honestly, the only thing I use it for is if I'm in some place where I need to have an image described, instead of saving it, then sharing it to be my AI, I like you said, you showed me that trick where you just, with VoiceOver, swipe up or down, so it says explore image. You tap on that, it kind of expands the image a bit more full screen. And I can just ask Shlomo, hey, can you describe this picture? Although sometimes they'll say, oh, sorry, I can't describe a person's appearance. I'm like, I'm blind. Can you please now describe it to me? And then it will change. Oh yeah, sure. The person looks like this. I'm like, oh, geez. But what I've actually done, and I have to give props to our friend Kevin. I ended up our friend Kevin was actually really nice to create a Siri shortcut for me where we could use Be My AI to take a photo. And so he sent me the shortcut, I set it up, and now when I press and hold the side button, the action button on my phone, it'll actually trigger, it'll take a photo and then sends it to Be My AI to have it described, which I find is far better than the visual intelligence. So
so the shortcut basically works is it actually opens the app first and then it'll take the picture through Be My Eye. So you don't have to point and then double tap on it, whatever. So look, I wish if Be My Eyes is listening, I hope they are, or somebody that knows closely to has connections with Be My Eyes, if they could create a shortcut where you could what was the other thing you were trying to
screenshots.
Yeah. So take a screenshot and then send a screenshot, send a photo to Be My Eyes. Because you know how in Seeing AI or certain apps, you could pull a photo from your photo library and then it can describe it. I wish there's a Siri shortcut, because right now there are no, because we can create a share sheet. Then from share sheet, you can choose an app, but Be My Eyes is not in that list.
So I was looking more into this. Apparently, there's an action to tap on a specific spot of the screen.
Yes,
but you have to make sure that action, that button that you want to trigger, is at that same spot all the time. Because if that button changes, then the whole shortcut stops working. I was looking it up. For now, screenshots not the end of the world. But the photo, the one that Kevin created, which is thanks again, by the way, Kevin. He had two actions. He had take a photo, and then he had describe this photo through Be My AI. So what was happening actually is it was taking two photos. So I actually decided to tweak his shortcut by removing that take picture action and then just leaving so if you go in the shortcuts and you search for Be My Eyes, you'll have shortcuts or actions that relate to that app specifically. One of them is called Describe This, and then you can tap on that, and then in the variables you select photo, and then it'll by having that, once you trigger the shortcut, it'll automatically, like I said, open Be My Eye, take a photo, and then send it to be described. So while with the other one that Kevin did, it had that other action, which took a first photo.
Yeah, it was taking a photo in the shortcuts app.
Yeah, so it was like, what the heck? So, but anyway, so we got that, and it works. I like it. It does work really nicely. Again, thanks, Kevin, for creating that shortcut. Really awesome. So next we have Iconfactory. That's something else that we brought up in February. But
repeat it again.
So Iconfactory came up with an app called Tapestry, and I've used it a little bit, but I'm a stickler for using my other apps, so I haven't really used it much. But apparently, it's an app where you can add your RSS feeds, your podcast, I think you can add your Mastodon feed in there as well, and you can see everything from various platforms in one feed. The only drawback from what I've been able to see as well is if you want to reply to a Mastodon post, it still brings you to the Mastodon app, and so you can do the reply there. And so that's
the idea. Brilliant idea. I want to just give props to whoever thought of this.
Iconfactory
is an amazing idea. I wish as app developers and the whole like the licensing, however the system works, I wish there was more open where you could do this. I think that's awesome. Instead of opening like, 13, 14 apps, you can have your, Twitter feed, Facebook feed, this feed, that feed. I know Twitter's not in there, but Blue Sky is, and YouTube feed. And with YouTube, you have to, when you open the link, it opens the browser. But it's an awesome idea. I just wish that it worked in app. Everything worked in app.
Yeah, unfortunately, some of the stuff, it just opens the other app and you have to still do it. But hey, it's a good step. I personally, I used it for a little bit and then I'm like, it's not for me. So I stopped using it. But
same here. Like, again, that was only one thing that like drawed me out of it, as it was opening up different apps and it was taking me to browsers and I had to re-log into my accounts and stuff. That was just the downside. But again, that's not on them, right? That's like, I mean, that's what they have to do. But legally, they can't just have people log into their account like that.
Plus, the last time I used it was like in February, so it's a lot could have changed in the last two months.
True.
So, but yeah, if that's
but actually, no, I actually opened on my iPad earlier. I was like, oh, cool, I still have it on my iPad because I deleted it off my phone. I still had it on my iPad, but it worked the same way. They haven't updated it, so. But it's a great idea, though.
Well, another one like I also played with was Jacket FM, which a friend of ours recommended. And I tried it for a week, and after a while, I'm like, not for me. So I deleted the app in my account. But it's like a Clubhouse thing where you go on there and you record an audio clip and you post that, and then people can reply to that.
Yeah, so Clubhouse was more of a like a live room thing, where this one is like basically like a Twitter feed, but instead of text and images, it's just your voice.
Exactly. So, but I use it for like a week, and after a while, I'm like, I got enough platforms on my social platform. I don't need any more. So I just said, screw it. And I deleted my account. So sorry about people who were following me. Didn't mean to, but I rather reduce the amount of social networks I'm on. So
I'm still on there though.
But
I believe it's my name is Sajandeep _Johal.
Yeah, if you want to check him out, follow him. Or that wasn't for me. So anyways, next thing on the list, another app that was not for a while. I've actually have it. I don't use it as much, but occasionally it's in my tool belt. So if I need it, it's there. It's called Oorion, Oorion, and it's kind of like seeing AI on steroids. So you open the app and you can select a type of item you're looking for, like a backpack or a phone or whatever, and then you point the phone and it uses AI to help you find it, which is pretty cool. Like you can select, I'm looking for a backpack, and you can just, so like seeing AI, you have to program these things in advance and set it up. But with Oorion, it just uses AI and it helps you find it.
So they're like, anything. Okay, so they're like I guess.
Yeah. So you go in the list and say backpack, and then you start to search, and it'll look for backpacks.
Okay. I see how that's how. Is there an option for like a white cane or something?
I don't know. Like I haven't used it. Again, I have the app, but I only use it when I need it, and I haven't needed it for a while because I use it most of the time. I know where I put my stuff, and when I lose something, I might use it. But
can you use it for like a certain pan you're looking for in the kitchen?
Well, you can probably use Seeing AI for that. You can program a certain fry pan, whatever you use. You can program it, and then when you can't find it, you just point the camera. You just select.
But I guess if they're all black, I don't know if that's gonna make a difference. They're all circular.
I don't know. I use it for my AirPods. The Seeing AI part, I use that for my AirPods. When my AirPods hit the ground and my AirPods themselves fly across the room, I'll actually just grab the Seeing AI app, and because I program the case and each earbud, and I'll just say I'm looking for the left earbud, and I'll just point it, and it beeps and everything. And
so did you program the left bud and the right earbud?
Oh, yeah. The case, left bud, right earbud. I programmed all three. I'm not taking any chances. I want to make sure I can find them. But anyway, so moving on, talking about Microsoft Seeing AI, they did update their app. They changed the UI a bit. So now you have a read. You have a few tabs at the bottom. You have the read, then you have a second tab. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the name. And then you have a more. So you have your read is your short text, your quick scan, your document scanning. And then the second tab, I'm sorry, I'm blanking. I had the name on my tip of my tongue the other day and I forgot. And then you have the more, that's where you would get like your environment, your barcode scanner, your facial scanner, that kind of stuff. Your scene describe feature, you'll have all that in the more tab. But in the second tab, I'm blanking. I wish I knew what it was called. I forgot what it's called.
You can open and do a live demo.
No, it's okay. I don't want to pick, but anyways, yeah, I like it. I think it's kind of cool. Actually, it's kind of like simplifying the UI a little bit more. But yeah, that's one of the updates.
Yeah, they did redesign seeing AI like a couple of times. I noticed. I just don't like the fact like every time they do an update, you tap on it, it like tells you what that tab could do every single time.
It hasn't done that to me in a while.
It
I know
did
what you mean. Like I had it installed, and then I would come back like 3 weeks later, and it's like that little helpful hint popped up every time. And then you go to the next channel, it would pop up again. Go to that, like no, like and then, it would clear it, and then you would open it again. It was fine, and you come back like 3 weeks later, it popped up again. I'm like, stop this! It's almost as if it thought you had just installed the app and you were opening it for the first time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but it hasn't done that to me in a while. You know, knock on wood. Let's hope it doesn't do it again.
I don't know, man.
No, my luck, it'll do it again. No, my luck. But staying on the Microsoft channel, Skype, its days are numbered. May 5th, Skype is going to be put down for good. Sad because that was a really great app. I don't know if you ever had a chance to play with Skype a lot, or
I love the sounds.
it was part of my generation. Like I was part of the generation where we had ICQ, we had Windows Live Messenger, we had MSN Messenger, and then eventually Skype showed up. That Skype was the first one where you could do
Video
like
chat,
video call, and it was actually really good quality audio and video.
It was like, I guess it was like a competitor to FaceTime.
Well, yeah, it was like the precursor to Teams.
Yeah.
Like take the calling and chatting portion of Teams, and now with Skype.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's like some of the core stuff of Skype isn't Teams now. But yeah, Skype, I remember that. It was a good app. And I think This Week in Tech kind of rigged up some Skypeosaurus, they called it, like because they had like multiple screens with multiple people on Skype during the show, so they could actually show the people's faces on the TVs. And they kind of rigged some computers up with Skype and everything. I think they called it Skypeosaurus. That was funny. Now you can do that easily with Teams now or Zoom, but back then, you know, that very inventive back then trying to figure it out. But yeah, so sadly, May 5th, you know, sorry to see you go, Skype, but you know, I think it's about time that you write off.
I guess there's one more thing that I can't use my PSP for.
Oh, poor baby. He'll survive, I think.
But I love that. I mean, now I just use it as an MP3 player with a speaker, with the aux cable. But
I still had Skype on my phone and my computers for a while. And like when I heard that, I'm like, yeah, sign out, uninstall, sign out, uninstall. So, but anyway, Skype, you will be missed.
The funny thing was actually I was talking to somebody on Skype, and apparently it was their birthday in my calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Like a month, like 2-3 weeks ago, and I'm like, do I have their contact information? I opened my contacts. I couldn't even find that person's name anymore. I'm like, why do I have that person's in my calendar for the birthday, but I don't have the person anymore? So delete all future events.
Yeah, that's what I did. I just have the birthdays for everybody. I hid that calendar from my phone so I don't see it, but I have everybody's birthday, so I just get notified in the morning. Hey, it's so and so's birthday, and I'm like, all right, cool. Text them and wish happy birthday. So, but moving on, an app that it's a game. It came out back in February or January. It's called RYFT, Timely Manor.
Can you spell that out? Because I think
RYFT, and then it's a Timely Manor. It is how can I explain it? See, back in my day, actually before even I was born, we had these text adventure games where you would, like, for example, Zork was one of them. You would type in. You would have a description of the environment, and you would type in "go north," and then your character would go north, and then describe the environment, and then you would type the directions to your character, and that was, they call that a text-based game or text. I'm blanking on the name, sorry, but I remember playing that when I was a kid. A lot of fun, and now this is a similar thing, but instead of being all text, it's audio. So you're like you have to wear headphones. But a nice thing is you can, I think you can choose from options on the screen, or you can verbally give the command and say, go to the bedroom or go to the pool, billiards room. And you have this surround sound. So you hear the surrounding sounds, you hear the characters, but you can interact with the environment and characters all by voice. which is really fun. Like apparently this is the part 1, and I played the whole first part. I finished it. One of the reasons why I like bringing it up is this developer had the most ingenious way of getting people to donate funds to help them develop the second part. Is in the game, you have to go through this hedge maze. And when you're going through this hedge maze, you come across this weird old guy who's rambling on. And when you interact with the character, I think he says he's a developer, or the developers put him there to kind of garner sympathy from the user, so you can actually donate through while you're in the game. You can donate a couple of bucks to the developer, and I've never seen a developer do that. Have a character you interact with, and they are the ones who try to get you to donate money, which I thought was kind of cool. So I actually did donate a couple of bucks to the developer. I'm like, I like this, but it was fun. It was like this whole surround sound that you're in this 3D environment, and you're navigating by all verbal commands, and you can pick up stuff and interact with stuff and people. And it's definitely a lot of fun. I think it's free.
It's like Clash of Clans, right?
I don't know. I never played that.
Well, I mean, it's all visual, so it's like a map, and you have to like pick up stuff, build stuff, and share. Trade stuff.
Well, you don't trade anything. You just it's a puzzle. You're just trying to solve the puzzle. While you're in the environment.
Okay.
So, and you have to get to different rooms and, get more clues to what's going on, what's happening, where are you? And then as you're learning more and more, you have to, I need to get this to this piece here, to get this piece here, to get this piece here, so I can then put that here and get this done. But the nice thing is it's all verbal commands. So you can just sit back, relax with headphones on, and just give verbal commands, and your character will do everything, which is kind of fun. So yeah, if you're looking for a good game, it's been a lot of people have talked a lot about it.
Do you need internet for that or no, right?
I don't think so. No,
because I haven't opened it. I did download it, but I haven't opened it yet, because my plan is to open it in February of next year when I fly 16 hours. But
so basically you're gonna play a 1-year-old game.
Well, yeah, but if it's I haven't played it yet, so it'll be still new to me. But I just really want new levels in Blind Drive. I love that game. That game is fun.
Yeah, that game is. I don't think it's ever going to have more levels. I think that was it. So it was a fun game to play. Don't get me wrong. I love that game, but I think it's not going to come back. I think it's what it is. What's there is all it is. And last but not least, we have something Serato DJ Pro.
Serato.
You brought this up, so I'll let you talk about this one.
Yeah, so the Serato DJ Pro is a friend of ours. His name is Shane, and he listens to the podcast as well. Hey Shane.
Hey Shane.
And he told me about this application. It's called Serato DJ Pro, and it's a DJ app. And before, I used it for my brother's birthday party. His 18th birthday party, and it went really well, and it was actually awesome. And I always wanted to find a app or a DJ app that allowed me to use Apple Music, and because of licensing and licensing and whatnot, you can't use Apple Music in these applications. You have to download them or buy them through iTunes and whatnot, and use your own library, right? And I did use other applications to download a YouTube to MP3 converter, and it had over 90, 100 songs. And I have more songs in my Apple Music library, and I wanted to use those, but I couldn't. But recently did a software update to the application, and they collabed with Apple, and now you can actually use Apple Music library into Serato DJ Pro, and you can play this music.
Nice.
So it's awesome. I don't know if there's a separate subscription for it. I haven't it worked. I didn't have to do anything, so I reinstalled it. Went to my account. I think I paid for it a while ago, or I actually already had it, so I actually had to re-update it and whatnot. But it works, so it's awesome. I don't know how long it's gonna be for, or if it's I just hope that it stays like this, and I'm glad that they had this collaboration. So I just wanted to bring that up. If you are into DJing or want to DJ, practice DJing, there's an application called Serato DJ Pro. We'll link the name in the show notes. That way you can spell it. Just go to their website and download it for, I believe it's free on the Mac App Store, or not the Mac App Store, but
you want
on
to
the
spell
Mac.
it so people can know how to spell it?
Yeah. So
Serato DJ Pro button.
it's SERATO, then space capital D, capital J, space capital PRO. So it's an amazing app. Check it out. Again, you can't get it on the App Store, on the Mac App Store, but I don't know if it's available on Windows as well. I believe it is. I could be wrong. Maybe it's a Mac exclusive. I'm not sure, but I got it from the website.
Okay. Yeah, if that's your sort of thing, check it out for sure. Thanks for Shane for the recommendation.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So, is there anything else you want to bring up, or because that's pretty much the end of our show, I think.
Well, we did pretty much cover everything, and sorry about that being late and whatnot, and sorry that episode will never come out again. We had some secrets in there, but no, I'm joking. We don't have any secrets.
Yeah, the secrets of life, the universe, and everything.
But you you actually bought a new toy though. Your
MIDI controller.
MIDI controller.
Oh, well, we can talk about that another time. It's no rush. But yeah, I wanted to learn how to play piano, so I got myself a little MIDI Nakai MPK Mini Play Mark III, I think I bought.
What a name.
Yeah, I know. Try to say that 3 times fast. But I was looking for something simple. I was also looking for something that I could play, because a lot of the ones that you have to connect to your computer and use them through a DAW, and I didn't want to have just that. I wanted to be able to play without connecting it to a DAW or a computer. So I was looking around and I found this one here. I bought it on Amazon, and yeah, I like it. It's got some drum pads on there. I've actually finally managed last month or a couple of months ago to map all the keys. So now I know which keys does what. And I've been playing around with it, and I kind of got the hang of playing a few tunes. Got the Star Wars one down, got the the Inner Light from Star Trek Next Generation, the little flute song that Picard plays with his penny whistle flute, and a couple of other things I think I played. But yeah, it just gives me a chance to play and dabble a little bit, and I've been wanting to play a little bit piano, so I've actually borrowed my niece's piano. She's got a Casio piano, so I borrowed it and sadly broke her stand that she lent me. But I bought her a new one, a much more sturdier, heavier duty one. I think it was a Piles Universal Z-shaped piano stand. Wasn't that bad actually. I have to admit, like, it came with wheels and everything. It's very solid. It's not like the other one where it looked the metal, like thin metal. This one's like a solid metal pipes, and it's a lot more sturdy. But I told her that if ever when I give her back her piano, the stand goes with her as well. So that's her stand. But so far, because I got rid of the bike and I got rid of the futon, I got room to put the piano and my shoving units, so I can keep the piano in my office and play around with it. So
awesome.
But yeah. But that's pretty much what we have for this month. If you have any questions or comments or anything you want to send, or just say hi, and please send us an email. It's at eyebytespodcast, EYEBYTES podcast @gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter X at eyebytespodcast, or you can find us on YouTube at just eyebytes. So yeah, anything else you want to add, or?
No, I think that's pretty much it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in, and give us more reviews. That'll be fun.
Yeah, reviews. Yes, please. Go on Apple Podcasts, send us a rate us, comment. That'd be very much appreciated.
Tell your friends, your loved ones,
your parents,
and
your loved ones, your pets, you name it. Tell everybody about us. Go on a roof and shout out loud. So. But anyways, hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and we will catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Too late.